Bees are dying, and our survival depends on them. That's why 4RBs created the Pure Wave Cell, a breakthrough quantum device proven to help hives thrive, doubling colonies and boosting honey production naturally. Every jar of our Pure Wave honey fuels this mission, supporting beekeepers worldwide. Visit 4RBs.com. That's the number 4RBs.com, and use code WITF for 20% off. Save the bees! Save us all!
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone actually.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. Cecil's having technical difficulties tonight and he's furious, so I'm going to be introducing the show. We are super excited to have you here with us tonight. We've got an awesome guest from Arkansas, and he is a treasure hunter, diamond hunter, fossil hunter, jack of all trades, literally, no pun intended. But Jack Pearadin, thank you so much for jumping on with us tonight. We're super excited to have you on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
So just for the audience that hasn't met you before, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Awesome. So I'm Jack Pearadin. I have been living in Arkansas for about 12 years now. I'm originally from Missouri, but what brought me down to Arkansas was the Crater Diamond State Park. I was actually on a deployment many years ago when I first heard about the diamine, and wanted to come check it out since. And on Thanksgiving break while I was in college, came down with a couple friends. The whole week we were there, it was downpouring. My friends didn't even go out, but I was just absolutely in love with just getting all muddy and dirty. And even though I didn't find diamonds at that time, just love finding all sorts of cool rocks, agates, jaspers, whatnot. And then came back the following summer and kind of hit it hard. And it took me a long while, but after 50 days, I actually found my first diamond. But I was pretty hard-headed and was digging in the north side of field where actually the majority of diamonds aren't found. Most of your lava came up there, and the closer you get to the actual lava, the less chance you have of finding diamonds. So that was just the start of my diamond mining adventure.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And just forgive my ignorance here, but there's not many places in America you can actually go to dig for diamonds, right?
Yes, that's correct. And one of the only other prevalent places is around the Colorado-Wyoming border district. There is still some being found there, but they're very industrial-like diamonds. Our diamonds, even though they haven't been cut or polished yet, they formed a lot slower than other diamonds, so they actually look like they've been cut and polished. They have a higher luster. They have a lot more natural faces. Faces are gemstone's natural crystal structure. Facets are when the gemstone is cut. So yeah, and all the other diamonds found around the U.S. is usually from glacial deposits coming from Canada and bringing it inside the U.S. So, yeah.
Got you.
Cool.
That's crazy. Well, yeah, I can't imagine, like, you're digging, and then you hit the first one. That's got to be like that. That has to be equivalent to like winning the lottery.
It definitely is. And my first one was an absolute beauty, and it really got me hooked. It was a 36-point yellow, and to inform people more about what points are, they're a unit of measurement for all gemstones. So 100 points is a carat. A quarter carat would be 25 points. Mine was a little over a third of a carat, and it was shaped like a marquee cut diamond already. And marquees are almost like a football shape. It was a very gorgeous yellow diamond, and it definitely had me hooked. And any diamond I've found since then, you're absolutely right. It's like winning the lottery. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So you still get the same excitement with every one you've had, I'm sure.
Every single one. That's definitely true. Yeah.
So what do you think drew you in though? Like, was it just like was it the thought of finding one, or have you always been into like rocks and gems and crystals?
Yeah, so ever since I was a kid, I've always been into rocks, gems, crystals, fossils. And we had just a small little, like less than acre property in a city, and or I should say actually a small town. And I found my first fossil there was like of some sort of flying insect in a rock. And I found like some crystals and different stuff like that on the property. So definitely been interested ever since I was a kid. And I don't know. I guess like my heart was set on trying to find a diamond, and ever since then, it's really just relaxing to me. Even though it's a lot of hard work, if you want to call
Yeah.
it work when you're having fun, it's just
Yeah.
absolutely relaxing to me. So,
Wow. And
Yeah.
you found an insect inside. I guess it would be petrified tree sap. I guess is what it was.
no, this one was actually a rock. It was some sort. I wish I still had it. I unfortunately lost it, but it was a insect. You could see the wings and everything, the exoskeleton and everything inside this actual rock, which was crazy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you about another place where you can go look for fossils like that.
Okay.
Not far from where not far from where you spend a lot of your time.
Yeah.
Well, ask him about that, Stephen, because I'm going to grab a. Well, hang on, I might be able to reach it.
Yeah. It's there's
So, I'll start the show and tell. So around this area, like where I live in the northern Kentucky, Cincinnati area,
Okay.
and there's a lake called Big Bone Lick State Park, and it's known to be like a prehistoric ocean,
Mhm.
essentially. And I was out one day on the side of the road getting rocks just to line a flower bed with,
Mhm.
and one of the rocks breaks, and I find it's literally a piece of coral reef.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, I can't get the camera to show it good though.
Yeah, you can
Um,
definitely tell. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a piece of coral. And I've kept it and I've had it ever since. But in a lot of the rocks, you'll see like, sea creatures and, old plants and stuff. I'm totally interested in this. That's why I was so excited whenever you agreed to come on.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, it's while you're doing this, before we continue on with the diamonds and gemstones and stuff, have you found other fossils like that when you've been?
Not quite like that rock, but over near Malvern, Arkansas, I have permission to be on a private property, and we found various forms of old aquatic dinosaurs and sharks, mosasaur, plesiosaur, your nurse sharks, stingrays. There were actually crocodile teeth there too. And our thoughts are, if we could find plesiosaur and mosasaur, who's to say there wasn't a megalodon? Because megalodons actually fed on those two. So if there's a chances of those big aquatic dinosaurs being there, why couldn't a megalodon be there too?
Dude, if you found a meg tooth,
Yeah,
I've got a small meg tooth, but if you found a big one, that would be amazing.
It would be.
That'd
And
be
that's one of my next adventures I want to go on. Is I'm hoping to go on the East Coast this year and actually look for megalodon teeth and some other various crystals too. So yeah.
cool.
So how do you plan? Like it just like you were talking about the private property, how do you sort of like plan out what areas that you're going to go next?
A lot of it's just honestly public knowledge, or like the fossil area. Some friends that I've met through Rock County and whatnot introduced me to those folks. And the East Coast stuff is more just public knowledge. There's various places you can go dig for megalodon teeth out in the ocean or out in the rivers and the Florida Everglades. But a lot of stuff now is just really public knowledge, and it's very rare if you get invited to something that's not public knowledge anymore.
Got you.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you going to say something, Stephen? Go ahead.
No, I just can say it's what few areas I know around here, one of them is public. It's close to Millwood Lake, right on the shores of Millwood Lake. If you're familiar with it,
Okay.
you can go in there. I don't know. I think you probably have to be careful about what you might bring back out.
Okay.
But yeah, it's. I remember as a kid there was a rock that had busted open. It's limestone down there.
Mhm.
And, there was a fish in one, but me and my cousins and uncles there, none of us were brave enough to go ahead and try to knock that rock off the wall to get that fossil. that rock that had the fossilized fish in it. So
Yeah.
I figured somebody did at some point.
Yeah. Well, do you guys happen to know who Brandon Sutton is?
That name sounds familiar.
He does a lot of historical stuff, especially Civil War stuff. He invited me a few years ago. We actually did an interview with a kid who over in Dirks found a like complete intact baby crocodile over there. So like all this stuff being under ocean at one point in time, there's no telling what you could still find. And over in Nashville, they found all sorts of dinosaur tracks over there too.
Oh, yeah. I never did find any dinosaur bones, but I mean, I did. Yeah, that's over on close to the Certainteed.
Yeah,
they make rock, but
yeah,
this right here, it probably just looks like a rock, and I doubt that you can.
It does look like a rock.
Yeah. I mean, that's it. But there's actually a groove going around it right here. But this is something I found in that area. So
cool.
It's funny that you show that because there's a gentleman over in New Zealand. They have a lot of round rocks like that, and quite oftentimes they'll be able to. They use some sort of special tool to split it open. Oftentimes, something like that looks like a crab on the outside.
Oh, I've seen those videos.
Yeah.
I've seen those videos. Those videos are crazy where
Yeah,
he chips those
absolutely.
open.
Yeah. So you might have something like that. That's crazy. That's what it actually reminds me of.
Yeah. Well, you stay with us long enough, I may show you all my rocks.
No worries.
And I will send you a LiDAR picture not far from the diamond mine of something else that's very, very interesting.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
You can't necessarily tell it whenever you walk across it, but looking at the LiDAR map, you can see rings.
I've been wanting to explore LiDAR a bit more. Are you using that just through USGS?
That's what the picture came from.
Okay, yeah, for sure. LiDAR. Okay, yep. Okay, awesome. I'm trying to dabble in that a little bit more, seeing if it could help me find some various stuff with that. So yeah.
It's a pretty good picture. I don't know.
Nice.
And you usually, so when you go out, you normally have like a partner in crime, right? I think I saw that.
Not always actually. I've found 188 diamonds on my own, but I found well over 100 additional diamonds with various people, and those people, they're generally coming out during whenever their kids have spring break, winter break, summer break, stuff like that.
Okay.
When they can get around. A lot of those people are from out of state, so they're generally not always there in Arkansas. So I'll partner up with them then, but I do love partnering with people because you have a better chance digging together to find something a lot more. You can dig deeper. You could dig a lot more material while someone's washing, and that paid out for us earlier this year with the big diamond we found. So
yeah,
that
looked crazy.
How rare is the diamond that you found and the size of it?
So it is likely the 4th largest yellow diamond to ever be recovered from that park. That park has probably had, since it's been a state park, just a little over 35,000 diamonds ever to be found there. And typically throughout the entire year, only maybe roughly 100 carats worth of diamonds are ever found, while you have all the other diamond mines around the world are mining anywhere between 10 and 30,000 carats worth of diamonds. So just it being alone a USA diamond is extremely rare. I think since it's been a state park, only a little over 1,000 diamonds have been found over a carat. I would say there's probably, geez, less than, I'm going to go high on this number, maybe less than 30 diamonds over 5 carats, and ours is a 6 carat since it's been a park for over 50 years. So it just keeps
crazy.
getting more rare, legendary, one of a kind. So,
No,
and
that's awesome.
it's a flawless diamond too. So there's no crevices, no feathers, no carbon in it. So it's extremely rare.
What did you do with it like afterwards?
When I had found it, I called Mike down, and Mike was back in Wisconsin at the time, and we had dug this material in December. We washed it. I was able to wash it later in January after that big ice storm kind of froze up a lot of our material, and we couldn't wash it until way later. And when I flipped it, I called Mike and I was like, Mike, you got to get down here. You won't believe this. We were actually doing it on TikTok Live, and I had another friend there filming, and we called up Mike and was showing him when we were pulling it out and everything. And he came down a couple days later. We were trying to think of names for the diamond, and I can't remember the full name of the band, unfortunately, but there was a song playing called Life Could Be a Dream, and it's actually called Shaboom. And I was thinking of that, and later that night I went to the laundromat and I got some change back, and I got the bicentennial quarter. And I'm like, no way. And I was looking it up. This is the 250th year anniversary of the USA. So I was like, Mike, I think we should name this the American Dream Diamond based off of that song and it being the 250th year anniversary. After that, we've had a whirlwind of stuff going on with it. We took it to Carlsbad, California, to get a idea of like if it was flawless, what color it was. We took it to the GIA, and unfortunately, we wouldn't have went there if we had known differently. But when we got there, they're like, we can't grade this. And we were like, what do you mean you can't grade this? We talked to you guys over the phone and you said that you could. And they're like, no, it has to be cut. And we were under the impression, because we had a jeweler working with us, and the jeweler said that they had said that since it was a colored stone, they would grade it in the raw, and that wasn't the case. So we wasted about, unfortunately, $2,000 going all the way down there to the most prevalent, like well-known gemstone graders of the world to just be told, sorry, it has to be cut. And if you see this diamond in person, no one wants this diamond cut. It is immaculate. Yeah. Myself and other miners out there call it a God cut diamond because it literally looks like it's been cut. It's that phenomenal. I'll actually try sharing some photos with Steven later so you guys could see some better up close photos and maybe share on your live or whatnot.
Yeah.
But since then, we've been talking with a few people, different people, and we've actually had offers for the diamond to be bought for maybe a couple $100,000 or whatnot. But we've talked with more prevalent people who really know what they're dealing with, what we're dealing with. And they said they estimate that our diamond could be worth anywhere between $600,000 to $1 million. And it just depends on the right buyer, who wants to buy it.
That sounds like a great retirement plan, dude.
No, it would be a step for me going into a different direction with, I want to open up my own crystal mine with whatever I make from the diamond. And Mike is working with brushwork clearing over in Wisconsin, and he wants to build up his business. So it's an opportunity for both of us to expand or build our businesses. At current moment, we are looking at towards the end of April this month. We're getting all the legalities straightened out. We're actually thinking of doing a giveaway for the diamond. So to keep it legal, everyone who enters can get a free entry. Otherwise, it would be considered a lottery, and that's not legal. But after that, people could just buy entries, or they could buy t-shirts to get more entries. And we're thinking that's going to be the route we go, because so many people want the diamond either cut for themselves and to resell. Like, this is going to sound strange, but there's people who believe if they cut this yellow diamond, it would be the largest cut USA yellow diamond, and it could be worth $1 million per carat. and that's exuberant. And a lot of people in our regular mining community don't really believe in that, but you just never know. Maybe they have a buyer lined up already. We're not sure. So
Wow.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
to think about.
yeah.
Man,
So
yeah.
sorry,
That's
Stephen, go ahead.
I'm just gonna say, man. I mean, that's a lot of pressure whenever you have people in your ear telling you those kind of stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's trying to figure out what the actual correct decision is.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why we really like the idea of the giveaway is we don't want to just disclude, if that's the proper word, disclude just your average American from getting this diamond. We want anyone and everyone to be able to get it, not just some millionaire. So anyone could possibly get this diamond in the US. We want to open it up to everyone with the giveaway.
Hello.
Hey,
Can you
Hey.
hear
you're
me?
back.
Yes.
Sweet.
A lot better too.
I don't
Yeah.
have to buy a new mixer. Yay.
Well, thanks for interrupting the show, Cecil. We
Oh.
appreciate that.
Go ahead and just started from the beginning.
Anywho, that is a lot of pressure. And I think it'd be hard to discern like what the right thing is to do. I personally like the idea that you're talking about though.
Yeah.
And maybe that will generate the amount of income that you're talking about for the various startups and stuff.
For sure.
Well, now I think we're feeding back through that microphone.
Sweet.
But what was I gonna say? The diamond mine that you're doing this at, do you have to like pay them to dig?
Yeah. So it's just $15 a day for anyone, any adults to go out there. Kids 8 to 12 is $8. Kids under 8 is free. But you could rent equipment out there. I've built all my own equipment. Most of it's made out of stainless steel, so it's going to practically last forever. The only other expense that I have out there is I pay for a cage to store my equipment and buckets that I dig, and that's $75 a month. So
Nice.
Yeah.
God, imagine the owners of that place though being like he just pulled $1 million out of the ground.
Well, it's actually a state park. So you, myself, and everyone else here in Arkansas that are in Arkansas, we're technically the owners. And
Okay,
state
I didn't
runs
know
it.
that.
So, yeah,
I got you.
Yeah.
Cool.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah, and
awesome.
taxpayers. So yeah,
We are the owners.
yeah, for sure.
So, man, I guess finding something like that really would kind of drive you to take it to the next level. Because, if you had a piece of property where you thought that there could be a chance of finding something like that, and you just started going to town with more advanced equipment,
Yeah.
you could totally, maybe hit the jackpot.
Yeah, you never know, for sure. And like I'm just building up my TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube channel. I really got to hit YouTube, but like getting my own crystal mine going. I would love to film from the beginning to going on forward in the future, and I think that's going to be the most fun part about it, is documenting all that. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get comfortable with video editing.
Oh yeah. Oh, I know.
It's gonna be a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
Yeah.
I think that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. And have you gone far enough in your search and in your desire to have your own business that you possibly located some land to?
Oh yeah. I have, and it's kind of unfortunate in a way because it's on national forest, and Arkansas made up some rules a while back saying all quartz crystals within the state of Arkansas is basically on national forest that is owned by the state of Arkansas. So even though I found areas that I want to claim, it actually has to go up for public auction, and it's a silent bid. So you don't get to know what anyone else bids, and you only get to bid one time. I don't find that very fair, but it is what it is, and you gotta deal with it. So
So
Yeah.
with that, it's I've seen some stuff on TV, you know, about people who go and look for gemstones and things like that. I think for the most part, you know, it's like Colorado and stuff where they go look. So would it be similar to that? And how you would do it?
To an extent, we could use heavy equipment and different things like that. But it's easier in any other state to do claims than it is in Arkansas for the crystals, because like you could basically go to any national forest or wherever in the US other than Arkansas and pay like, hey, I found this claim. Here's my $100 filing fee, and then here's my like $300 for the claim every year. Here in Arkansas, we have to pay anywhere from $50 to $100 per acre that we have of the claim each year, and then that initial bid as well. So, and your rights could expire if you don't. I'm sorry. Your rights could expire after 5 years if you don't claim it back up. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So someone else can come in and take over your claim.
Yeah.
And if anyone's paying attention and seeing what you're pulling out of the ground, if you're pulling stuff out of the ground, then more than likely that would happen.
So, yeah. If they know who you are.
Oh yeah.
Well, is there? I guess just another question on that right there. You know, if you're going to be opening up a crystal mine, diamonds ever found in areas where a lot of crystals are concentrated?
So, sorry, there's feedback coming on. I'm sorry. I don't know if you guys are getting that too.
Yeah.
But there's been. I can't believe in something until I actually see it for my own eyes on some various stuff. You know, I've heard from a few different people that there has been diamonds found in quartz crystals here in Arkansas, and it was at one particular mine, and only like 3 crystals had specimens of diamonds in it. The diamonds would have formed first, and then the crystals would have encased the diamonds. It's happened before with various minerals. But there's no photo or video evidence, so you're really take it with what you want. So I'm not sure if that's true or not yet. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, Cecil. It's feeding back pretty bad, man.
Yeah, it's nice meeting you. I'm just going to drop off because my stuff is not working. You guys have a great show.
Hey, nice meeting you too, Cecil. Take care.
Well, it's just us. So I guess like getting into the future, so it almost kind of like the more you do with YouTube, the more you do with TikTok and everything like that, and people start to have face recognition of who you are, it could make it harder for you to like break into new areas in that way. Like if you become like the dude that pulled the most amazing diamond out of the ground.
Yeah.
If they see you coming, they're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to sell you my property. If you're coming to buy it, I know what I got. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. That's where you use a broker, and your broker takes care of it.
Because like I'm sitting here thinking, like while you're talking about it, I'm just like that is concerning, you know, because as you start to build, you know, street cred as like the diamond hunter.
Yeah.
People are going to be like, absolutely not. He's not touching my property. He's not coming to look.
Yeah. I've actually had the opposite experience too. I've had more people, ever since finding the big diamond, I've had more people want to have me come check out their land and different stuff like that. And I'm no geologist by any means, but I do enjoy like this discovery and looking at lands in certain ways. And like Stephen here was talking about with the LiDAR maps, I could go walk out into a forest and tell where old trails are and different things like that. And so like even with geology, I could see certain stuff going on that could tell me like I've had a few people ask me, hey, come check out my land for crystals, and I could tell them, yeah, you definitely have crystals here, and there's the obvious signs for me. It's not obvious for others, but I've actually had more invitations now. So,
Really? Okay.
yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah,
That's awesome though. I
Yeah.
you know, I hope that would be the case, but I just know how
Yeah.
people are. Like
For sure.
people are crazy about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah, they can be. I know
Do,
it.
do you think like that you would ever want to get into other kinds of treasures? Like, do you think in the future you may want to look for gold or, you know, other precious metals or gems or?
So I definitely have already. I've looked for sapphires in Montana, and I tell you what, Montana is so beautiful, and they have so much over there. Sapphires, garnets, crystals, rubies. And I've actually found gold twice already. Both times were on accident. Once was when I was looking for sapphires in Montana. I was with a group, and we were just looking for sapphires, but I brought all my diamond mining equipment up there and was processing way more buckets than anyone else. Like I think people struggled to do 2 buckets that day when I did 40, and I didn't know anything about. Yeah, yeah, I didn't know anything about gold at the time, and there was a lot of black sand in my material. And I've never been one to really watch TV, so I didn't watch Gold Rush at the time. I have more so now. But someone was like, "Hey, do you mind if we could pan that black sand? It could possibly have gold in it." And I was like, "Sure." And sure enough, they found a little bit of flour gold. And I wonder now if we would have kept that up, if it would have paid off in the long run for us. But the only
Yeah.
other time I found gold was actually at the Crater of Diamonds. I was
Really?
saruking my material. The saruka is a screen. The act of washing it is called saruking. And I flipped my screen, and there was this big shiny yellow piece in the middle of my saruka pile. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's like a half carat amazing yellow diamond. And as I got closer, it was a 24 karat gold earring backing someone lost.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna
Yeah.
say it was a big nugget or something.
No, no. But
Yeah.
so yeah, I've indirectly found gold, and wouldn't mind other treasure hunting stuff, but I want to go for what's really prevalent, and crystals is very prevalent, and it's a huge industry still today. And the biggest thing people keep asking me about the areas that I want to claim is like they want to know if the public can go out and dig. And honestly, being a Army veteran myself and now in the Navy Reserves, I want to keep it to where maybe I only let veterans and their family, their military family, come out there. But I might do something kind of like Willy Wonka and the Golden Ticket type style, where like if people buy certain stuff from me online, there'll be this one ticket, and that's the only other way you could come to the mine is if you find this ticket in your stuff. So
That would be amazing,
yeah,
actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's really going to be phenomenal once that happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, would be.
No, I think that's awesome, man. And
Thank you.
you know, I don't even know where to go from here. Honestly, I'm just so fascinated by all of this. You're living my dream. I'll say that. I love rocks and stuff, crystals,
Yeah.
fossils,
Yeah.
everything else.
Yeah.
So you're in the reserves.
Mhm.
Is that making more time or less time to be able to go out and look?
It's definitely helping me because things got tough over the last couple years, and I was very fortunate that the reserves let me get back in with them, and it's helped relieve some financial burdens for me. You know, having a steady monthly income, and that's helped out a lot. So it's helping me keep moving forward, and I really appreciate them for that.
So as far as a game plan for like, and I'm not asking you to spill all your secrets or anything.
Yeah,
So
no worries.
don't just humble me if I get too far into the weeds. But as far as a game plan for like sustainability, getting into full-time treasure hunting, which I assume is your ultimate goal, like just to be able to
Yeah.
do what you love.
Yeah.
Do you have like a step one to end game sort of plan on how you can use this to kind of go pro, if you will? I
Really,
consider you a pro, but you know what I
thank you.
mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, starting off with Facebook, I got monetized there a couple of years ago.
I
So
keep forgetting about the video
yeah,
stuff. Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's helped me out. And I just this year got monetized with TikTok. And I tell you what, I really wish I would have started with TikTok years ago. Um, uh, it's again relieving financial pressures of the daily life grind and everything like that. Next step is YouTube. So if I get different revenue sources and keep growing my audience, there's no telling what I'll be able to do and go from there. I'd love to have my own campground, my own rock shop at the campground too, that people could come out and do all sorts of stuff there. So I got dreams and ambitions like anyone else, and just keep moving forward. So
if you get that all set up, though, you may even be able to pitch, History Channel, Discovery Channel,
for sure.
Nat Geo.
Right. Yeah, yeah.
It'd be an easy pitch, especially if you start gaining presence like on YouTube, TikTok, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a little bit harder in our space, as you can imagine, just because we talk about a lot of fringe things that, so especially like YouTube, they don't like some of the things that we talk about at all.
That's understandable.
But for someone like yourself, where you're doing adventure, especially, man, like you were talking about Montana, stuff like that. If you start filming scenery and then like go into the process of sifting through everything and the actual search, I could see that being like Outdoor Boys level, like that.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, for sure.
So I fully I'm encouraging you right now. Please do that.
Thank you.
Because
Totally.
especially if you're traveling around, like it, all the scenery, and people are interested in just like, it's the same thing with the mystery boxes and everything else.
For sure.
Scratch off tickets.
Yeah.
It's just like, I have to keep watching, because what if?
Yeah.
And I'm sure for you, it's like, I have to keep digging, because what if?
You're absolutely right.
Like, and it's just addicting to watch that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
That it's an awesome, that you have an awesome like lane to be in for content creation.
Oh, thank you. And if you don't mind, I'll tell you guys a couple other secrets and follies that I've had with treasure, I guess you could say.
I want to hear it all. Yeah.
Go
for it.
I consider this my finding. So we named that diamond, by the way, the Pearadin Schumacher American Dream Diamond. It's with our last names, Mike Schumacher, my best friend and best mining partner, who found that together. Him and I both consider this our home run that we have to hit out of striking twice. I know he's had a hard life with various things he's had go on in his life, but I've been, I would say, lucky twice before, and I missed out on the opportunities. The first opportunity, definitely partly my fault, but I had came back from my deployment, and during my deployment, I was buying shares of a company called Odyssey Marine Exploration. Have you guys heard of them before? They're a shipwreck company.
Are they doing drones? Like sorry, go ahead.
They're doing like underwater submersibles and recovering treasure from various shipwrecks.
Yes.
Well, I had put like $12,000 into their shares, and I had like just a little over 4,000 shares. And once I got back from my deployment, I was with the Missouri National Guard, and they implemented a new regulation. Even though you could pass your PT test, if you fell height and weight, you lose your tuition assistance. And I, like, at the time with the Army standards, 300 was the highest score you could have on your PT. My highest score was a 297. But I had unfortunately failed their height and weight standards by 3 pounds. I was supposed to be 203 and I was 206. So they took away my tuition assistance. I took all the money from Odyssey Marine Exploration, all the shares, put it into my college, and literally like 2 or 3 months later, they won a international lawsuit against Spain. Them and Spain were fighting over the SS Garisopa, and Odyssey Marine Exploration won. Their shares went up to $60 per share, and they split. So just with those shares alone, I could have had $240,000. So
Man,
that's folly number one on my part. But earlier, you guys were talking about finding a diamond is like winning the lottery. Folly number two. I did not.
no.
I'm being dead serious. I did not know lottery tickets expired, and I'm being dead serious. I'm not lying. I mean, it's just what's happened in my life, and I'm not saying it's bad luck or good luck.
Brother, you have the best luck.
I just got to act on it. That's
Yes.
the thing, and that's what we're trying to do with the American Dream Diamond. I was just storing lottery tickets in my glove box in my vehicle, and like I was maybe like just a little over 21 at the time or whatnot, and just started getting into lottery tickets or whatever, and I just kept storing them away, and I had it for like over a year, and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to start checking these lottery tickets. Started checking them, whatnot, and it was a Powerball ticket. I scanned it, and it said, congratulations, you have won. You need to take this to the main office. So it wasn't just some small deal. It was a big deal. Like, it was a big amount. And the next thing that popped up on the screen was, sorry, this ticket has expired.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So
I don't even want to know at that point.
I didn't want to know either. I was like, fuck. Oh, sorry.
Say whatever you want to.
Yeah.
We are uncensored. So
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but no. So that was folly number two. I do not consider the American Dream a folly by any means. I feel like we're doing everything right with it. I'm trusting my gut, trusting my instincts, and I'm excited for what's to come with it. So here's to hoping we hit that home run with this. So
man,
yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know, I've experienced some of the same thing with like stock splitting and stuff. It's depressing. Like, especially, you know, this is going to get like nerd realm stuff for a minute, but there's a lot of like insider trading trackers like on Reddit and stuff.
Mhm.
And there was a huge insider trade to this company, and I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go too. and I bought a bunch of shares. I'm like, okay, you know, it's reasonable enough. I bought like 5,000 shares. And then after I don't even know if it's technically a split, but it's where they consolidate the total number of shares into a lesser number.
Yeah.
And after all of this noise, I had like 8 shares. Went from like 5,000 to like 8 shares. But then that person, like the insider, dumped another like 8 mil into it. So I'm still hanging on to it. We'll see what happens. But you know, maybe at some point it'll be worth something. But I've done it all, dude. Like I've got money still to this day in crypto. So I can respect the hustle in that way.
Yeah,
Man.
for sure.
What's up, Landa?
Hey,
Landa and Crystal. I saw you guys in the chat. We were just yapping. Let's see.
So do you find in all your searches, do you find different artifacts? You know,
I'm not allowed to disclose that information.
okay.
Oh,
That's a fair answer.
Okay? So in all your travels, what's the craziest thing you've seen that you're allowed to tell us?
Craziest thing I've ever seen. Man, I don't know. I mean, besides the American dream, crystal wise, I was working for a individual who was greedy. He was finding absolutely amazing crystals, and there's certain crystals that have what's called phantoms in it, and the phantoms could be any mineral inclusions or whatnot that form like a crystal inside the crystal, and they're absolutely stunning. He had one that was maybe about 1.5 feet in tall and maybe about 2 feet wide, and it had these brilliant phantoms inside of them. And we ended up selling that one to someone for $5,000. It may have weighed like maybe 10 pounds, but it went for $500 per pound, and it was absolutely amazing. One of the most stunning pieces I've ever seen for crystals. However, he uses explosives to extract his crystals, and he was in such a rush to find bigger and better. He ended up blowing up this entire vein and pocket into smithereens instead of doing it right. And like, really, that's one of the craziest things to me is like how someone can't appreciate what they have and work it slowly and pull amazing stuff out, even though it might take some time. I mean, it took time just to find that $5,000 crystal, but there was way more of that stuff, and he just blew it all to smithereens. So like, greed is the craziest thing I've seen with some of this stuff, I guess you could say.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because
What may have been back in there below that or behind it, whatever way the vein was running.
when you're not talking diamonds or gold or silver, and you're just talking about like, crystals in general, the slow game, like that's really where it's at. The nickel and diamond is what makes you money.
Absolutely. You're 100% right. But there's so many people out there, and the area he's digging at could definitely produce that multi-million-dollar cluster. Arkansas is known as the crystal capital of the world, and there's been from several different mines multi-million-dollar clusters, and his area could have had that too. It still could have that. I don't wish bad on anyone, but you're absolutely right. Like, collect the bread and butter while you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we go to a lot of like rock and gem trade shows, and even that $5,000 one you were talking about at a trade show would be probably double that.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So there's a lot of, depending on what direction you go in. I mean, the sky's the limit with that kind of stuff. You get into the right trade shows with the right crystals, and like there's a lady that comes to the one that we go to every year. She goes all over the world looking for just a small, it'd probably fit just on the table in front of me. It's not a lot of stuff, but it's the coolest shit on the planet.
Yeah.
And it's just like the coolest rocks on the planet.
For sure.
So, and that's her whole thing. Like she'll come with like agate, like polished agate, but when you shake it, you can hear the water that's been in there for 1,000,000 years.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Like I don't know. Like she just travels all over. Gets 50 little things, and then they're expensive, but that she went to the source like to get them. Like she's traveling to Peru, she's going to Indonesia, just all over the world. And I think like every time I talk to this lady, I'm like, you have my dream job. Like just going around looking at rocks, and you go to a couple shows a year, you sell a good amount of money's worth, and then you just get back at it. Like go look them.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's kind of, I don't know, man. I kind of see a different path for you than that, though, than like sitting in a booth somewhere selling this stuff. I think depending on the route you go with it, you could be like, you got to get the social media rolling first and foremost.
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And people get addicted to that stuff, just
Yeah.
like people are addicted to scratchers and
Mhm.
just wanting that next hit. Same with like the dopamine hit of TikTok. It's like, you're one dig away
Yeah.
from something insane.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're
Jack,
100% right.
yeah, I just want to say this, man. You'd be surprised how many people who live in cities and stuff like that, they don't get the opportunity to go out on the adventures that you go on to. So it's like Tully was saying, if you're videoing all of that and you're showing it on a YouTube channel or whatever, I think you'd be surprised how many people would tune into that just to see the different scenery,
Yeah.
see beautiful wildlife and whatever you captured, and then finding gemstones. That would be, yeah, that would truly catch people's fascination right there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have work to do on myself too. It's taken me quite some time just to get this on-camera shy. I could talk to people in person so easily, but like even now I'm trying so hard not to focus on myself in the camera, and I'm like doing my best to focus on you guys. It's nitpickiness of me, but I'm getting better each time, and I'm definitely gonna keep going forward on it. So
It's easy. It's
thank you.
easy to be self-critical. We've been at this for 6 years.
Yeah.
And we're in it just for the love of the game. We like
Yeah.
talking to people. It's not about the money for us as far as this show goes. It's literally just talking to people, hearing their stories, talking about crazy stuff, and just getting everything out there into the ether and documenting these things.
Yeah.
Because, in 10 years, when Adventure Jack is on top of the Mount Everest of social media,
Yeah.
we'll be like, hey, do you remember when we talked to that guy? Isn't that crazy?
Hey, remember us?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, it gets easier, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Thank
to talk to people, to do interviews. Maybe at some point you'll even want to start your own show. Like
Yeah.
get people from the Gold Rush shows on, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
No, you're absolutely right. I do have some ideas too. So
Yeah.
proprietary.
Yeah, you got to do it. There's no reason
Yeah.
not to. It's free.
Yeah, for sure.
Other than just the equipment and
Yeah.
the kind of goofy aesthetic and stuff you want
Yeah.
in the background.
Absolutely. No, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know a lot of interesting people like yourself, who are going out and doing this. I mean, for me, I've been familiar about it, and I've seen rock shops and been to some and all that, but as far as the knowledge that you have, I mean, I've never actually talked to anyone who knows what you know about
Thank you.
this. So that's you're the first for me to start sharing this kind of knowledge with me. So
Awesome. Well, thank you. And I hope to be on your guys' show again. Honestly, I do.
Yeah, we
definitely
got to
will.
definitely get you back on because give you a little bit of time to get out and do some more stuff this summer
Yeah.
into the fall, and then maybe in the winter, like
Mhm.
the winter months, we do
Yeah.
another get together, talk about what you've done this summer,
Mhm.
and get some more time in. But before we go, I know you brought some rocks and stuff for us
Yeah.
to see. I want to see that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, and we're in no rush. However long you can give us tonight.
No rush at all.
All righty. 1 second here. All right. So, and I'm going to turn on a light real quick. This one will be a little bit more. So this is a agate that came from the Crater Diamond State Park. It was found by an older miner, and I don't know if you could see it on this side, but it actually looks like there's a lizard in it.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
the eye, there's a mouth, and then this is the rest of its body.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Yes.
bought this from an older miner from the Crater Diamonds years ago. I paid back then $300, and to me, it's priceless. I would never, ever sell it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can definitely tell, even in the cross section, it looks like that's not just a rock. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
It's literally one of the most stunning things we've that I've ever seen come out. You were asking earlier what are some amazing things you ever found out there? Well, it's something that someone else found. That's definitely close. I would say the second uh, for the diamond mine. This is one of the coolest, and this is me nerding out. It may not be impressive to a lot of people. This is this is a conglomerate from the Crater Diamond State Park. So it's a whole bunch of jasper fused together. But what's the absolute coolest thing to me is, as far as we know, there was only one volcanic eruption at the Crater Diamond State Park. However, I'll see if I can get a little bit closer with this. This top rock here, I'm trying to get it focused on the camera. It's hard to do on this. This top rock is, oh shoot, I'm having a hard time figuring out how to look at it with the camera. But this top rock is a conglomerate itself, but it's been smoothed down. It's smoothed down compared to all these other rocks. So that had to form first, and then somehow got eroded so much that when the next volcanic eruption happened, it fused to the other conglomerate. So that's the craziest thing I've seen. One of the crazier things that I've ever found at the Crater Diamond State Park, because that shows that there were actually two volcanic eruptions. So what does that actually mean for that place?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
And I don't know if we could see this very easily.
I've got you blew up right now. We're only looking at your camera.
Yeah, I see that. This is actually, I'm trying to see if this will show up on camera very easily. I don't know if I can zoom in or not. No, unfortunately it won't. But these are actually 3 diamonds from the Crater Diamond State Park itself. We have a 1/2 carat white on the left, a 8-point yellow in the middle, and on the right side is a 23-point white. Now, these are diamonds I've found throughout the years. The yellow one is one that a friend had found. On video, unless we got it like really isolated, it's very hard to see the diamonds. But in person, they almost have like a metallic glow. White diamonds look like silver, brown diamonds look like copper, and yellow diamonds look like gold. I tell people all the time, it's very easy to see a diamond, just hard to find. So, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I guess the last question that I had is like, if somebody sees this, like, God forbid, a child, why are you letting your children watch this show? But if someone wants to get into treasure hunting or like diamond hunting, crystal hunting, for the very first time, what would you recommend to them? Like, just as the starter tips.
Definitely study what you're wanting to look for. I didn't do it in the slightest bit when I came looking for diamonds. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna have all the luck, and I didn't. It took me 50 days, and I probably would have cut that down easily by like 4/5 of that time if I actually would have studied and looked into it. There's so many videos about diamond mining, crystal mining, looking for fossils, looking for shark's teeth. The knowledge is out there. If you want to find it, that's all it takes. You have to look up that information on your own, and don't be afraid to ask people. People are always like, "Oh, could I bother you out at the mine?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course. I could work and talk at the same time. That's no problem for me, and I don't mind talking with people." So, yeah, the only time I get aggravated with people are the people who think they're know-it-alls. They'll be like, "Oh no, this is definitely a diamond," and then I'm like, "Yeah, sure it is, buddy. Sure it is." But like, just be open-minded and just try learning something new. That's going to help you with your adventure and finding different treasures. So yeah,
That's awesome. What's
Yeah.
up, Ronnie? I see you out there.
Hey, Ronnie. I've got a couple more questions there.
yeah.
Go ahead.
There's-
I got the small. This is my small meg tooth.
Oh, nice. That's a beauty.
Yeah, it's kind of chipped a little bit on the back. Like,
Okay.
I'm trying to get a good
That's nice.
a good angle.
Yeah, that's still amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a small one. I understand, but I'm hoping you can go out and get the big bads like on the locations that you're talking about.
Yeah, we'd love for you to find one as big as your hand.
Right, for sure.
We want you to come back and show it to us.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. And that's the other thing you guys were asking about invitations. I actually been invited to come out and dig for a megalodon teeth on private property. So that's one of the first things I'm going to do.
You got to.
Yeah,
you got to.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
How deep do you normally have to dig to get down to where the diamonds are?
So the majority of the diamonds that I've found over the years have actually just been within the first foot, especially after rains. I find the majority of my diamonds after rains. Now, the area that we found the American Dream diamond, they did a earth moving project about 5-6 years ago out at the diamond mine. Below the South Wash Station, there's an area known as the Huddleston area. That was where John Huddleston, who found the first diamonds, they got a sign out there showing, hey, this is where he likely found his first diamonds. Well, they did a big earth moving project where they moved about 5 foot of material from that lower end of the field and spread it all across the field. Well, with 5 feet missing, that allowed us to dig just below that surface. And in the last 2 years, my friends and I have probably found well over 100 diamonds in that area, to include the American Dream diamond. Now, that particular area was where they had done a lot of their commercial mining. So we have found all sorts of like old nails, burnt wood. There was a lot of arsons out there. Unfortunately, I think on record they have 5 arsons, and a lot of their wash plants burnt down with those arsons. And we think that we found an area where the material, and I don't mind sharing this because if someone wants to put the effort in to go down there and dig, by all means do it. I mean, that's all it is your own effort will reap your own rewards. But we had started digging in this area, found old nails, burnt wood, more than likely from the arsons. And with that, the material that they had probably survived. It probably didn't get hot enough to do anything to the diamonds. And we think we're right. We've found various layers of gravel where we found those diamonds in. So
that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't think I haven't met a ton of treasure hunters, but I don't think I've ever met a more humble treasure hunter.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
No doubt.
Thank you.
No, this has been great, Jack. We're definitely going to have you back, man. We're just going to give you 6-8 months to dig and go looking for meg teeth and stuff. And like Steven said, hopefully, you bring one back for the next show.
Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. Or any other fossils that you found, any cool stuff.
Yeah,
we want to see it all.
That'll definitely be a plan. And Steven, you're here in Arkansas, right?
Yes. Yeah.
There is a strong possibility we're bringing the American Dream back, the American Dream diamond back down here. If you would like to see it in person and record some video, I'd probably be up for that too. We're having a short window of maybe 2 weeks of it being here. So
that would be wonderful, man. If you could do that, it'd probably have to be on the weekend. Whenever I would be able to do
no worries. But we'll stay in touch with that. So
No, that'd be amazing. We'll definitely do a follow-up. Like, we'll show everybody whatever footage Steven gets, but I definitely want to do a follow-up with you too at some point, just to see what you're into.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate it. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Jack, if you're interested in making a trip sometime from the diamond mine over around Dirks, I can drop you a pin and show you that last piece that you showed us that had all the gravel and stuff where it's all stuck together.
Yeah.
I can drop you a pin where you can look at a really, really big piece of that. Probably be as big as the hood of your vehicle.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Bigger. That's insane. That's crazy. Yeah.
Well, Steven knows some crazy places. I don't want to. I'm not going to dock Steven, but Steven lives in the woods. So, if he says he sees something crazy out in the woods, just believe it.
Yeah, absolutely. For sure.
Any ghost stories or anything like that?
On my end, no, not so much. Not so
Do you
much.
mention that? Like, we talked to so many people. Just
Yeah.
like I said, you're one of the most interesting guests we've ever had,
Mhm.
but also maybe the most sane. And-
Hey, I'll say it again. Like I think it was before we went live. I'm like Mulder and Scully from the X-Files. I
Yeah.
want to believe in all that stuff. I really do. But until I see it in person, it's hard to believe. But I'm not saying it's a zero chance. You know. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
No.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's us. You know, that's why we cover so many different topics. Is
Yeah.
because we're also curious and
Yeah.
we learn from other people.
Yeah, I'll say this much because you brought it up earlier. It's just something I've been hearing this past year, I should say, and I find it comical in a sense. But again, you just never know. The thought that the reason why people don't see Bigfoot is because he actually teleports. So that's a new theory I've heard of.
oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
And Bigfoot
Yeah.
is to be such a simple thing, or what you would believe to be a simple thing. It really depends on who you talk to. There's
Oh, I could imagine.
there's global conferences. We go to conferences,
Mhm.
and everybody it's kind of the pitfall of Bigfoot is everybody believes that they're like the foremost expert.
Yeah.
And if
There are
if you go against the queen of the Midwest Bigfoot conference, it
Mhm.
like that'll
Yeah.
be your downfall. But
Yeah, for sure. The
I just tell you this right now, Jack. I know that there have been some really big prints found around Murfreesboro.
yeah,
One
yeah.
of them, I think the one that probably got the most documentation or got the most coverage was the one that was found up there around the landfill up there
Okay.
north of Murfreesboro. Yeah, that was
Huh.
found 2, maybe 3 years ago
Huh.
up there. Yeah.
Now,
And-
like I'll tell you this, but again, it's with all skepticism. I've walked and hiked around Lake DeGray a lot, and
Yeah.
I have a 12 size foot. I wear a 12 size shoe, so I got somewhat of big feet. But I came across like tracks that were like, I don't know what you would consider a 12 size shoe foot would be in inches, but I came across tracks that would be like if let's say 12 size shoe is 12 inches, I came across tracks like foot tracks that were 18 inches, and I never even took
so
I never,
you have seen
yeah.
crazy stuff.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it's real. Like I'm skeptical. I'm one of the
Somebody's
skeptics.
out there just like stamping it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like-
So yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen tracks, but I'm skeptical. You know.
Yeah, it's around 18, 19. That's the biggest I've ever found.
Yeah.
I found others. The smallest one I ever found was like 3 3/4 inches long.
yeah,
Interesting.
well,
in cold weather, a barefoot toddler. I'm not sure about that. I don't, especially
Yeah.
where I found it at. I don't think
Yeah.
a mom was up there letting their kid run around barefoot. So,
Yeah,
well,
for sure.
Stephen is definitely like one of the foremost Bigfoot people that I know.
Yeah.
But the general consensus is the further south you get, the smaller they are. The further north you get, the taller they are.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
yeah, it is. Yeah, it's to delve in. And I'll just tell you this up front, Jack. It's I'm not going to try to talk you into becoming a Bigfoot believer. you make up your own mind about it. I'll just tell you that up front. I don't.
Absolutely.
But the deeper you get into that, you're going to realize that it's a bit of a rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've heard so many stories. I definitely believe you.
Yeah, it's I know people who started out thinking, well, this is just a flesh and blood animal like a bear, and they spent a few years in it, and they'll go ahead and openly tell you they're a lot more woo now than what they used to be.
Yeah.
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 I mean, heck, I mean, like one thing that I was excited for and still am excited for is them releasing last year the video of the unidentified flying objects being shot and the stuff ricocheting. I mean, like that is so cool. Again, I want to believe. Why would you attack an unknown entity right off the bat is one of my number one questions, but maybe we really, I mean, it's not maybe, we really don't know what's possibly being hid from us too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to a video. I think I put it up on Rumble a few years ago from I don't know. It's one of these white light that was moving slow through the sky, a lot slower than what airplanes moved.
yeah.
So I mean, that's, to me, it's not just Bigfoot. It's all this other stuff that I just have a curious mind.
Yeah, for sure.
And
For sure.
yeah,
All right.
it's
But
really, truly fascinating stuff, though. I love learning about this, you know.
Well, Jack, you need to tell everybody where they can find you, your TikTok and stuff.
okay, so on TikTok, it's Adventure Jack. It's also Adventure Jack on YouTube. I've hardly posted any videos there. I got a major following on TikTok and Facebook, but follow on YouTube as Adventure Jack. Facebook, it's Jack Pearadin, Pearadin. And I'm looking forward to our next videos, and try reminding me on our next video about my personal alien experience. And I'm not kidding you. So yeah,
Oh, wow.
we'll leave that for the next time because I do have to get to bed. So, but I do have, again, another paranormal experience, but it was when I was a kid. So yeah.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I put those into the chat. It's going everywhere. I put both of them everywhere. So you can
Thank you.
pick those up, go find Jack, follow him.
Yeah. We're everywhere, man. Facebook,
Yeah.
YouTube, was it Kick, X, Rumble?
A little bit of everywhere.
Twitch. We're even on Twitch.
More of a contingency because you know we're always on the verge of losing YouTube with the things that we're talking about.
Well,
so
I don't know how fast your guys' video posts, but I'll definitely share this on my Facebook too.
cool.
So,
Be great.
Yeah, it should. You know, once
If
we
you got
stop
it,
going live, it should be rendered.
Okay.
Go ahead, Steven. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you, you know, if we end this, if you got a few minutes, just hang out with us for a minute.
Yeah,
So we
for
talk
sure.
just a little bit more. So
All right. Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Well, on that note, thanks everybody for joining. I'll see if Cecil can jump back on too. He may still be he may still be around or angry. Who knows?
he hasn't thrown his computer in the trash.
Yeah. Where in the Folk is live every Friday. It could be 7, it could be 8. It depends. It's been a little weird lately. I do a show, a standalone show on Thursdays at 7 p.m. Eastern, Cosmic Crumbs, and we do food reaction videos and strange stories. So tune into that, but go follow Jack everywhere. Jack is the next big thing. I feel it in my bones.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
So definitely go check out Jack. And on that note, thanks everybody. We appreciate you tuning in, and we will catch you on the next go round.
Awesome.
Peace.
Thank you.